Jerome Powell just kicked off the most epic Bitcoin bull run humanity has ever seen. The Orange Man is buying burgers with Bitcoin in New York? And check your calendars. October is just 12 days away. Ricky Bobby, are we about to teleport into the banana zone?
Slingshot engaged.
Well, there's no stopping this train. And you're going to want to stay until the finish because we're going to reveal 50 trillion reasons why Bitcoin is going to $1 million. I'm Rustin, head of news at Simply Bitcoin, and we have some of the most bullish news in mankind's history to get to. Send it! Why don't we jump right into it with the man, the myth, the legend, Jerome Powell.
Today, the Federal Open Market Committee decided to reduce the degree of policy restraint by lowering our policy interest rate by 0.5 percentage point.
It is confirmed. The Fed just lit this candle. Bitcoin's secret weapon is going burr. We've been waiting for this. And we knew it was coming. You know what's hilarious? You know who didn't know this was coming or doubted it? Economists, who for some reason don't understand the debt spiral. And also during the FOMC meeting yesterday, one thing Jerome Powell failed to mention was the fact that if they would have stayed higher for longer, as they were trying to scare people into to like crash the markets and stuff, well, they would have defaulted on the debt. They're already paying $1 trillion just in the interest alone. Yeah, the lesson here, stop listening to the economists and maybe start listening to the Bitcoiners. All right, we know the money printer coming back, interest rate cuts is pretty bullish for Bitcoin, but that's just the tippity tip of the iceberg. That is not the $50 trillion reason why the God candle is coming, but we are getting warmer.
And one more right here would be fantastic if you don't mind, and then we have some gifts for you.
Good. I want Bitcoin.
That is crazy. I mean, the Orange Man is coming along, my friends. And not only do we see the Orange Man like bullish on Bitcoin and kicking it with Bitcoiners at PubKey in New York City, he made history buying everyone burgers with Bitcoin. Here, check it out for yourself.
Right there. Right there. It's that one.
And fantastic, it went through.
All right, we're done.
Perfect.
The first transaction by a president on the Bitcoin protocol. History.
You know what that means? That's history. History of the making.
Kind of an interesting thought here. So Trump spent some sats on some dank burgers and gifts. He said basically the greatest gift you could offer is Bitcoin.
I want Bitcoin.
This was the first presidential transaction by a U.S. president ever, and in a way, it looks like he just taught everyone, well, the spend and replace method. Would you just look at that? He used Strike too. What are your thoughts on that, Jack Maulers?
What we could see is I've been on record saying I think Bitcoin's going to 250,000 to 1 million. Long before Trump or any of these rumors or whatever else, it's solely predicated on we're likely to see the greatest asset bull market in the history of bull markets. Why? Because central banks have progressively price fixed everything. Whenever something breaks, they don't let the business cycle complete. They don't let anything fail. They don't allow for pain. They don't allow for volatility. All of these things are natural. Entropy is natural in the universe. It's ever increasing, right? And they don't allow for it. It's a very unnatural thing to do. Real estate market fails, they fix it. They price fix it. The only thing that has not been price fixed and protected is the bond market, the most unruly, holy mother mecca of all markets. And that's the one now that's in trouble. And you can see like the rule, like Lynn talks about fiscal dominance and the fact that Jerome Powell's real boss is Janet Yellen. It's supposed to be an independent central bank, but it's not. And his job is clearly to keep an orderly market in treasuries, protect this market. If the Japanese yen is in trouble, give them help. They can do whatever they want except sell treasuries. Like protect us, help us. I don't care about rumors about Tether. If they're a large holder of ours, let them do whatever they want, right? And so is this the cycle where central banks try and price fix the bond market? If it is, the quantity of money printing is astronomical. And I think it's going to send assets astronomically high. Gold, real estate, equities, right? And then Bitcoin is the only truly fixed asset we've ever had. And so Bitcoin will outperform everything orders of magnitude. So I do believe that.
What an insanely bullish day, right? But it does not stop there. We're about to reveal a $50 trillion reason Bitcoin is heading to $1 million and beyond. But before we bring it home, look Look at our likes.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Help us keep the lights on. Like and subscribe this video while we take a moment to recognize our sponsors, the masters of Bitcoin self-custody, the Bitcoin Way. Guys, being that we live in clown world, it's pretty easy to understand the why Bitcoin, but over at the Bitcoin Way, that's where you're going to learn how to Bitcoin. Check out their newly revamped website. If you're looking to become a master of Bitcoin self-custody, no one makes it easier. From setting up your first wallet node to inheritance planning to everything Bitcoin sovereignty, they got you covered. Hey, and if you're looking to get started, you can schedule a free 30-minute consultation with the Bitcoin Way using that link in the show notes. All right, guys, hold on to your butts, because it is only 13 days until October, and if you take a look at the chart today, it has begun. This isn't the $50 trillion reason, but just take a look at this. Metaplanet's stock is up 443% since they adopted the Bitcoin standard. What do you think other companies are going to do? Go ahead and add that to the 50 trillion reasons. Oh, and add this too. Yesterday, we broke the news about the bullish Bitcoin report from BlackRock, as well as the backstory of Larry Fink climbing Mount Stupid and figuring out, well, there is no second best. But you can guarantee, well, these Bitcoin ETFs, they've already accumulated over 1 million Bitcoin, and they're not stopping. And it hasn't even really got bullish yet. But now for the coup de grace. Read 'em and weep, ladies and gentlemen. We're expecting at least $20 trillion in more federal debt over the next decade. How much more is the Fed going to print? But if you also look at that, he's really lowballing it here. We're being very generous in that $50 trillion reason. Why 50 trillion? Well, if you add that to now, that puts the total U.S. debt at about $50 trillion, and that is, again, lowballing it. If you don't think Bitcoin is going to $1 million, well, then you may need like a 10th grade math intervention. It's inevitable.
We both agree that 1 million is an inevitability for Bitcoin, just simply because we're printing and have printed so much money. Debt is through the roof. So we're going to hit some point at which either they lower the rates or the money dies. But I mean, both are going to mean Bitcoin's going to go up. So it doesn't really matter. It's an eventuality, because the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin fiat price, is a factor of a fiat clown world. And there is no max for fiat clown world. There's just burr. So 1 million, 10 million, we see it all the time. If you look at the Turkish lira charts, Turkish lira, TRY, USDT, they already almost have omega candles there. So you have like days where it goes up 80,000 Turkish lira or 90,000 Turkish lira. So it's not really impossible because the money is broken, so anything can happen.
Okay, now for some fun, because I have a theory that is also insanely bullish for Bitcoin. Add that to the $50 trillion reason. But first, let's see. Did Trump confirm the existence of aliens?
I don't think I'm a believer, but I've interviewed pilots. These are not people that make up stories. They said, all I know, sir, is there was a round object that was going 4 times faster than my F-22, which is a very fast plane. And it wasn't, it shouldn't have been. It was round, sir. They have seen, 4 or 5 guys I've interviewed, solid people, great pilots for the U.S. Air Force, etc. They've seen things that they cannot explain.
Okay, the jury's still out. But if they arrive, well, there is an ancient legend that the humans were put here to mine gold for them, and that's all just fine. And we will get our revenge. Hear me out. They come, they think they're swindling and bankrupting us. Not so fast, my friend. I think we just discovered Satoshi's ultimate plan, but he couldn't tell the public because they couldn't handle it. Anyway, big finish. We go ahead and give them the gold. They take off in their massive ships back to their planets. Unbeknownst to them, though, upon arrival, the Earth's adoption of the Bitcoin standard has led to gold's demonetization. And while they're absolutely pissed off about it, they can't fly back across the galaxy to do anything because, well, their currency collapsed. Boom!
What do you mean?
I mean, our single centralized galactic currency just went from being worth 1 of itself to 0 of itself.
Gentlemen, there's a solution here you're not seeing.
What happened back there?
Why don't you ask the smartest people in the universe, Jerry? Oh yeah, you can't. They blew up.
There's no stopping this train. Is Bitcoin our ultimate defense against aliens? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Is the God Candle incoming? Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be sure to like, subscribe, set those notifications, and give us a pap by spreading the Sound Money Gospel. I'll catch you all next time. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, you.